up? Welcome back to my channel. If you're new or an oldie, welcome. I am Sassy, and today we're diving into the new Norvina Volume 2. I know I feel like I'm always a little bit late, but I do receive this in PR, and I do get them a little tiny bit late, but I'm still here for you guys, and I'm gonna share everything you need to know before you buy this. But before that, just remember, you don't need none of this, okay? You don't need none of this. Let's get right into it. You guys, I want to repeat myself so many times. You do not have to buy none of the things that I show you. You do not have to buy this palette, but I will give you my opinion. I will give you a review in case you're interested, but I just want to let you guys know that you do not need these stuff, okay? I don't want you to feel forced by how much makeup is being thrown in your face, how much makeup is being released. I don't want you to go ahead and like spend your coin on something so expensive. I will definitely try to give you alternative. To be honest, it's just so much and it's so expensive, and I completely understand that most of us cannot afford this, okay? I am so blessed and grateful that I'm able to receive this as in PR. If I didn't let you guys know, I do receive this in PR. And hello, if I was not in PR, I probably would not have gotten this because it's just very expensive. Another thing that I learned with this palette is that some of the shades not meant to be used on the eyes, meaning that some of them have dye, red, like color dye, that can be irritating to the skin. So you kind of gotta be careful when using these type of shades, which I will be putting here on the screen for you guys to see which shades I'm talking about. Majority of this palette, this collection do have some shades that contain certain dye that can be irritating to the skin, can also potentially stain the eyes. So just want to throw that out there for you guys that do have sensitive skin, sensitive eyes. Let me show you guys some swatches as well so you guys can see the colors. They're absolutely beautiful. I also want to show you how it looks compared to the first palette, volume 1, which I also have a review on it. If you guys want to check it out, I'll leave it down in the description. But here's the comparison between the 1 and the 2. I'll also give you an overview once I do receive the palette 3 to let you guys know which one I would prefer. If I were to buy this, which one would I buy? So I'm definitely gonna let you guys know on my next video on that. I'll keep you posted, but here are some swatches. Absolutely beautiful. Palette itself is some sort of like hard plastic. This is a vegan eyeshadow palette. It's cruelty free. This is a recyclable packaging, which is pretty nice. And remember guys, we're going to be doing a dramatic look as well as a very soft wearable look with this palette. So I'm gonna start with the shade C3, and I'm gonna be applying this very high up on the crease. Next, I'm going to take the shade B5, and I'm going to start applying that right on top of that shade that we just applied onto the crease. And you guys, I'm really going to try to use as much color as possible from this palette just so you guys can see how majority of these shadows work. And now I'm going to go ahead and take the shade A2, and again just applying that right up there as the final touch to blend this whole look in. And now begins the fun part. First, I'm gonna go ahead and take this beautiful pink shade, which is D3. I'm gonna add that at the beginning of the eye, like so. And I'm gonna go ahead and cut the crease one more time, like that, you guys. And now, more fun stuff. I'm going to be adding the same color that I used on the top right here. So I'm going to start with A2. Then I'm taking the shade B5. And I know, but we're gonna do one more cut crease, just one more. Now I wonder how this is gonna end up looking on this eye. That's the challenge, my friends. That's a challenge. I'm gonna go ahead and like re-step and go to the shade A3. Even though I really wanted to add pink, but I think I'm gonna redo this. So I'm adding the shade A3 right at the front right here. Then I'm gonna go ahead and use shade A2 and apply that right next to it, like so. And then I'm gonna start applying shade B1. You guys, so far the palette is pretty amazing. I love the colors. They're very, very beautiful, bold, super vibrant. This is a palette that I would not suggest for everybody. Like, this is the palette that you probably want to stay away from because of the colors. Kind of like that palette that I reviewed earlier, Juvia's Place. It's just too bold for the public. Anyways, wish me luck. I'm gonna go ahead and try to finish this eye. And now, my love, for the lower lashes, I'm gonna start basically using the same shades that I use on the top. I'm gonna start with the shade C3, pack it onto the lower lashes very, very, very closely with a flat brush. I'm also gonna go ahead and smudge that in with B5, which is a lighter blue, and just smudge everything together. I'm also gonna go ahead and add just a little tiny bit of that A2, the yellow shade. And of course, I'm have to add pop of color on the waterline using the House of Glitter Pigment, which I absolutely love. I'll link it down below for you guys if you're interested. And of course, here's my final look. I love the way this dramatic look came out, you guys. This is the first look. Now let's go on to something more soft and more subtle, according to me, but not to you. Anyways, you guys, let's get right into the next look. I'm going to be using the same palette, of course, and I'm also using the ABH primer. So the first shade that I'm going to be picking up is the shade D4, and I'm going to be adding this on the inner part of the crease. As you can see here, I'm using a very nice fluffy brush. Next, I'm going to go ahead and pick up the shade C4, which is a absolutely beautiful deep teal color. If you're a teal fan, make sure to leave it in the comments. I absolutely love the shade teal, but I'm going to go ahead and pack this shade on the outer parts of the eyes, and I'm gonna blend it in towards that yellow, kind of mixing them two and meeting at the middle of the eyes. I absolutely love the way this turned out, you guys. It was super easy look to create as well. First, I went in with the shade C1, and I'm just adding this shade on the front of the eyes, just the eyelids, by the way. And then I'm gonna go ahead and add the shade D1, which is another absolutely beautiful shade. And I feel like this shimmer shades look absolutely different whenever you apply it, depending on what shade you have underneath. Of course, went ahead and throw some lashes. Now moving to the lower lashes, I'm adding that beautiful dark teal on the outer part, and then on the inner corners of the lower lashes, I am applying the shade D4. And again, I'm just smudging that out, smudging that in, mixing those two colors, blending it down just a little tiny bit to look a little bit more smoked out. And I'm also taking the Neon Liner by LA Girl. Absolutely love their liners. And I'm just gonna pop this into the waterline. You do not have to do this step. You can completely skip it or just add any regular black liner, or a nude liner will look absolutely perfect with this look as well. I'm gonna go ahead and add a little bit of this mascara by Grande Cosmetics. The reason why I like this mascara is because it's a little bit more on the dry side, allowing the mascara to transfer to my lower lash, and I really, really like that. Anyways, you guys, this is my second look, and I really, really love the way it turned out. And let's get right into giving you guys my final thoughts on this palette. Okay, my love, so we are done using the new Norvina Volume 2 eyeshadow palette. Again, you guys, if you know me, if you've been here for a while, I'm a huge fan of colors. For me, it's definitely like, I love the palette, but do you necessarily need it? Absolutely not, you guys. This palette, it is $60. It does bring beautiful, stunning eyeshadows, but again, the shadows are just way too bold for the general public. I honestly believe that this is an intimidating palette. When you look at it, the colors are just way too like bold. Not anyone could just like go ahead and use this. Do you need it? Absolutely not. I don't think you will get a lot of use of this palette for an everyday wear. It's not a palette that you will gravitate towards, especially if you're not a content creator, that you're not constantly like coming out with looks. I don't know how much you will enjoy this palette. If you do have the money, if you want to splurge on a palette, a colorful palette, I do highly recommend it because it's definitely a beautiful palette. It has amazing beautiful shades. The shadows blend really well. This is definitely quality that you're getting, you guys. It's nothing like cheap whatsoever. The packaging is absolutely amazing as well. I highly recommend it if you're into colors, but it's not something, like I mentioned a million times now, that you need. I will definitely be creating more looks with this palette as well, and I will be doing a comparison video of all three and sharing comparisons of other dupes that I find. Hopefully I find some. If you find some, please leave it in the comments, and hopefully it helps somebody else that don't have the means to spend $60 on a palette like this. So if you guys are interested on that and everything that I have coming up, please stay tuned. Make sure you guys subscribe, thumbs up, and I'll see you on my next one. Bye.